war between Russia and Ukraine shows no signs of de-escalation. On the contrary, it enters a complex and deadly phase. Amid the active deployment of troops, large-scale use of weapons and ammunition, geopolitical tension, and global attention, one thing remains consistent. Russia is no longer relying solely on conventional power, but is now maximizing the sophistication of modern weaponry through a layered strike strategy. Recently, in early July 2025, several regions in Ukraine have once again become the center of explosions. The night skies that were once silent are now lit by the flashes of missiles and drones striking with pinpoint accuracy. Signs that the battlefield has evolved into a demonstration of technological power have become more evident. But what is really happening in this latest wave of attacks? Which targets were hit? And was there any connection to the previous incident when Russia successfully hit Ukraine with their most powerful rare bombers, the Tu-160? Watch this video to uncover the full story. Stay tuned. Russian forces once again demonstrated the precision of their strikes and combat strength in military operations carried out at various strategic points across Ukraine. The footage was released by the Telegram channel Military News on July 5th. In the Zaporizhzhia region, near the village of Poltavka, a unit of the Russian armed forces destroyed the location and control center of the Ukrainian military forces' drones through an airstrike using an FAB 1500 bomb. This strike was carried out with high precision, targeting essential facilities involved in the operation of Ukraine's unmanned aerial vehicles. But Russia didn't stop there. The strike in Poltavka was not the only aerial operation carried out. Around the same time, other Ukrainian military positions were also targeted in a series of subsequent strategic strikes. A similar strike was also carried out by Moscow using an FAB 1500 bomb against Ukrainian military positions in one of the frontline sectors. This attack was part of a series of coordinated airstrikes targeting its military sites. On the same day, the report confirmed that in the Kryvyi Rih area, in Dnipropetrovsk Oblast, Ukraine's Air Defense Command released news that a Russian FAB 1500 bomb was dropped from a Su-34 fighter bomber. The bomb was equipped with a multi-purpose guidance and correction module, enabling it to fly over 100 kilometers before accurately hitting its target. Before the reports on July 5th regarding this series of strikes were published, footage from July 4th had already revealed the ongoing intensity of Russian air operations. A day earlier, the Telegram channel by Uncensored News shared footage of an airstrike. It seems relentless. Russia also carried out an airstrike using an FAB 1500 bomb targeting the 67th Separate Mechanized Brigade in the Iskra area. The video also showed how Russia launched an X-39 missile that struck the headquarters of the 39th Separate Territorial Defense Brigade in Otradokomenka. Meanwhile, in another sector of the battlefield, Russian military operations continued with high intensity and increasingly calculated precision. In another military operation, reconnaissance units of the Russian forces successfully identified fortified and camouflaged temporary deployment points of Ukrainian troops within forested areas. The command then decided to launch an airstrike at a time when enemy troop concentration was at its peak. During the strike, the Russian aerospace forces deployed 3 FAB 500 bombs, equipped with a universal planning and correction module, targeting a temporary deployment point of a Ukrainian unit near the settlement of Novo-Ekonomicheskoye in the Donetsk. The strikes did not stop there. Another airstrike followed, this time using an FAB 1500 bomb, also equipped with a UPCM, directed at a fortified Ukrainian position in one of the areas in Dnipropetrovsk Oblast. This series of strikes demonstrated a high level of planning and the effectiveness of Russian weapon systems in precisely targeting the enemy's strategic elements. With a series of such precision strikes, one question arises. Is the latest attack in July considered as an isolated incident? Or is it a continuation of a broader strategic airstrike pattern which is directly linked to the previous major operation involving the Tu-160 strategic bomber? Check this out. The Tu-160 is not an ordinary aircraft. It is a symbol of Russia's military prowess and is only deployed during the most critical moments. When Russia decides to utilize an asset of this caliber in an attack on Ukraine, it is usually a strong signal of the initiation of a large-scale military operation that has been carefully planned. The activity of the Tu-160 is expected as part of a layered strike strategy, in which long-range cruise missiles, such as the Kh-101, are launched from beyond the reach of Ukraine's air defense systems to open the path forward. The objectives may vary: disabling radar, disrupting communications, or creating the illusion of a false attack direction, all aimed at creating an opening. This opening is then exploited by tactical jets such as the Su-34 to drop FAB 500 and FAB 1500 bombs with precision on vital targets. Therefore, if precision bomb and drone strikes occur close to the movement of the Tu-160, it is highly likely that both are part of a single coordinated offensive sequence that does not stand alone. In modern warfare, every explosion is more than just a blast. It is a signal of strategy, a message of power, and the shaping of a new chapter. Strike after strike, from Kryvyi Rih to several other regions, reveals that today's battlefield is no longer just about territory, but about technological dominance, precision, and control of the skies. Is this the beginning of a new pattern in Russia's military operations? Or is it the prelude to something far greater? One thing is certain: the war is far from over, and the skies over Ukraine are anything but calm. As long as missiles continue to launch and drones continue to sweep through the night, both Russia and Ukraine must stay alert and strengthen their military strategies to hold their ground. The strikes may have ended, for now, but the message? It's still echoing. Until then, thank you for watching.